Namaste, let's go live on a public holiday bicycle live stream at just after 7 a.m. on Friday the 14th of August, and I'm at the spit at the very northern end of the Gold Coast. Well, not the very northern end, but getting close to it. And yes, been riding since 5 a.m. this morning. It's a public holiday here, so good opportunity to get out and about, and starting the journey south. It's a reasonably long journey back. I'm looking in the distance to the mountains, which are a long way away, and will get closer as I head south. So yeah, I've ridden about 35 kilometres. It'll be about 70 kilometres all up, I think. So why is world peace so elusive? This is this morning's topic. And let's just start off with a little history. There has seldom or rarely been a time in the history of the world where there has not been conflict. Some of this conflict has been, obviously, we know this well, some of this conflict has been so dramatic, so far-reaching, that it has involved most of the world at times, especially during world wars, and at other times it's been more localized to certain areas, certain countries. But I was thinking about this the other day, earlier in the week. Why is it so elusive? And another question that flows on from that is, why is it so important? Well, world peace is a macrocosm, a projection of our inner peace. And when we talk about world peace, what we're really talking about is a collection of individuals that are coming together. Just let these bicycles get past here. Right. We're talking about a collection of individuals coming together with the attempt to live harmoniously with each other. And this goes right back to the starting point of how we interact with each other on an individual level, our relationships on an individual level with each other, with our family members, with our workmates, our neighbours, our friends, etc. So, and it expands from there. But if we're living in a world where world peace is so difficult to obtain, it is because it is simply a reflection of our lack of inner peace, multiplied by all of us stuck together in this biosphere. So we should be looking at this and saying, okay, this is a warning sign. Whenever we see a lack of world peace, this is a warning sign that each of us individually is well off the path. Because if we were at peace within ourselves, the proof of this would be our easy ability to relate to each other, to problem solve, to want the best for each other, to be ambassadors of compassion, well-wishers, to be proponents of the truth, to be ethical, moral, spiritual, to be at peace with ourselves. When we don't have world peace, every excuse is used by those that fight against each other, except the obvious one, which is that they are not at peace in themselves. For if they were, they would find a way to solve the problem instead of finding a problem. So, it is said that life is not... Actually, I've got to remember now the expression. Life is for us, it is said. But there's a deeper understanding of life. It's originally the expression was, life is not what happens to us, life is for us. But the deeper understanding is life is actually from us. What we project into our environment, and then multiplies, is what we are seeing on a wider scale. So we see it from the arguments and disagreements, people's different opinions, different understandings, different perspectives on a very localized level, and then we see it expand from there. And as it expands into deeper and larger levels, there is the issues becoming magnified. So, by keeping this brief, what I want you to think about is that any desire to have world peace has to come initially from our inner peace. It's not about the conflict with someone else. It's about the conflict with ourselves. It's not about life being for us. It's about life coming from us. It's about what we're projecting. It's about what we're putting in to the recipe and the effect that this is having on the immediate environment around us, and then multiplying that into, expanding that into the whole macrocosm. So let's focus, when we want world peace, on the only thing we can actually affect change on. That is ourselves. It is our duty, our ethical and moral duty, to be ambassadors of compassion, to stand up against injustice, to create awareness around issues that we can open other people's eyes to. That is our duty. For if we see someone struggling, it is our duty to help them up. If we see someone as a perpetrator that is pushing them down, it is our duty to warn others about that perpetrator and to say, be aware, this person is dangerous, is not to be trusted, is best avoided. That is our duty, to do that. If we don't do that, we have been neglectful and we have contributed towards a lack of world peace. So think about how we can not only be peaceful within ourselves by connecting within to inner knowledge, by bringing ourselves back to a point of being centered, and by intuitively receiving answers, and not only answers, but intuitively, automatically from our inner wisdom, knowing the right way to go about things. When we tap into that, we have an immense power. And so think about that, and think about how that immense power then leads us into a knowledge of who to support and what to support, and the changes that we can affect on an individual level. So I hope you have a great public holiday. Remember to live vegan and save lives. And I'll speak with you soon. Ahimsa.